Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Snowflake here, and welcome to a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Behind the Card. And today we are going to be putting the focus on a monster that is known as Eyearmor. Bit of a weird monster. It's like an eye with hands and a tail, and it's doing a pose like it's about to do some kind of dance. But yeah, today we are focusing on Eyearmor. It is a Earth attribute, level 2 warrior type monster with 600 attack and 500 defense. And its flavor text says this warrior transforms into various creatures to confuse enemies in battle. I mean, it's definitely doing the confusion job. It looks like it's transformed into several creatures at the same time. So I'm not sure if it's trying to change identity to a particular one, but it's working, but there you go. In the Japanese version, it's known as Copics. I'm not even sure what that means. I did Google it, but I'm not sure what Copics is meaning. Maybe it's something to do with its eye. I don't know. But yeah, there is Eyearmor. Moving on to some card tips. And some of the cards that can search it include Dogu, Single Purchase, Temple of the Kings, Ties of the Brethren, Transmodify, Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest, Draconet, the League of Uniform Nomenclature, Freed the Matchless General, Serpentine Princess, Emissary of the Afterlife, Treasure Panda, Human Wave Tactics, Vampire Dragon, Princess Cologne, Unexpected Die, Mimiclay, Unity Corseska, Giant Rat, Boxer, Painful Decision, Painful Escape, Frontline Observer, Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, Red Sparrow Summoner, Blue Dragon Summoner, Dragodies the Empowered Warrior, Little Trooper, Rescue Rabbit, Field Commander Raz, Reinforced Truth, Road Warrior, Reinforcement of the Army, and Last Will. And now, moving on to some card appearances. And yes, Eyearmor also did appear in the anime, although not in the one you're probably expecting. It didn't appear in Yu-Gi-Oh! The original series, but it does make some appearances in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, such as in episode 118, as we're building up to Team Taio's duel against Team 5Ds. This card is shown when Yoshizo shows his deck to Yusei in the hopes that Yusei will autograph his deck. These episodes, by the way, are sub-only. And then Yusei flashes back to it a second later when he's questioning why Yoshizo's deck is full of normal monsters.
サインもらえますか。おかんとおとんとちっちゃんとばっちゃんと隣のタコ酒の分も。うわあ、ノーマルモンスターばっかり。バカ、人にデッキ見せるやつがあるかよ。たくお前ってやつは。だってノート忘れちゃって他にサインもらうもんなかったから。だからってな、これからデュエルするかもしれない相手だぞ。ごめん、以後気をつけます。なんだこれ。
In episode 119, this card appears a few times as well. Once when Yusei flashes back to the moment Yoshizo showed him his deck and tells his team that Team Taio have normal monsters in their deck. It also appears in a flashback that Taro has in his backstory when he's constructing his deck for the World Racing Grand Prix, and he realizes that he has Zushin the Sleeping Giant and figures out a strategy that can help his team win, even though they've only got a bunch of weak normal monsters. And later, in the actual duel, this card is used by Yoshizo in his turbo duel against Jack. He summons it in defense mode, and as a result, his hand-holding genie gains defense equal to Eyearmor's defense points. And here it's referred to as Copics.
なんだと？レアカードが1枚もない。
ああ、少なくともデッキにあったのは全てノーマルカード。
サインもらえますか。もういいんじゃないか。
このカードもレベル1か。
だから諦めろって言ってんだろ。所詮俺たちに WRGP なんて無理なんだよ。おいチン。
やっぱり無理なのかな。あ、これだよこれ。ついに見つけたぞ。 俺たちにしかできないデュエルを。
俺のターンドロー。俺はコピックスを守備表示で召喚。
また守備力を上げてきたわ。
ターンエンド。
In episode 120, this card makes another couple of appearances. First of all, in another flashback by a Team 5D's member. This time, Luna is remembering that Team Tayo has all normal monsters and is questioning what kind of strategy they could possibly have with a deck full of normal monsters. And it later appears in another flashback that Jinbei has, when he reminds himself that he and his friends believe in their battle style, although he sort of questions it as well.
何かの秘策を持っているということ？
ああ、彼らも負けるつもりでここに来ているわけじゃないはずだ。
でもチーム太陽のデッキには秘策を繰り出せるようなカードなんてないはず。
彼らは何をしようとしているんだ。
そうさ、このデッキも俺たちと同じ、どこにでもあるカードの集まりみたいなもんだ。でもな、仲間を信じ、自分たちの力を信じれば必ず勝機は訪れる。俺にはその秘策がある。
It also makes an appearance in episode 121. It's worth noting that when Eyearmor is summoned in episode 119, it remains on the field for the whole time, whilst Yusei defeats Yoshizo, whilst Jinbei defeats Jack, and then Crow defeats Jinbei. This card remains on the field for the whole time without really doing anything. But finally, there it is used in episode 121, when Crow uses Blackwing Dragon to attack Keymace. Taro activates two-pronged attack to destroy this card and Zaragan to destroy Blackwing Dragon. However, Crow is able to counter with Guard Mines to negate two-pronged attack and inflict 500 damage to Taro, although Taro is still able to stop Blackwing Dragon's attack and is able to summon Zushin, the Sleeping Giant, next turn.
行けブラックフェザードラゴンキーメイスを攻撃。オーバルストリーム。やめてくれ。何すんだ。
トラップ発動。ハサミ撃ち。自分のフィールドのモンスター2体と相手フィールドのモンスター1体を選択して破壊する。俺は自分のコピックスとザリガンを破壊し、ブラックフェザードラゴンを破壊する。させるか。トラップ発動。ボムガード。このカードは自分のモンスター1体が破壊される効果が発動した時、破壊を無効にして相手に500ポイントのダメージを与える。これでブラックフェザードラゴンの破壊は無効だ。
This card is also used by our friend Kristen Taylor in the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship Tournament 2004 game on the Game Boy Advance. And that is it. There's no additional trivia for Eyearmor, but we've got a few card appearances, so that's always fun. Wouldn't have expected a card like this to exclusively appear in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but never in the original anime, especially since it is one of the oldest cards released. But there we go, that's Eyearmor. A card that you might forget, but you certainly don't... It's certainly an eye-catching card, let's put it that way. But yeah, it is a card that Team 5Ds was not able to destroy. There we go. They didn't try, I don't think. The only way it was destroyed was voluntarily by Taro. So there you go, the card that Team 5Ds couldn't beat. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Behind the Card, and I hope to see you on the next one. Now, have a great day, and goodbye.